टिळकनगर शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडळ लोकमान्य ग्रुप इंग्लिश बालभारती स्टँडर्ड 7. Hello dear students, I am Mrs. Pradnya Kharpade, English teacher. Today I am going to teach you from standard 7, unit 1, lesson 1.2, odd one in. Children, odd one in, this is the beautiful story of Tithi Taura. This is the story of two girls. Rima, who is city girl, good looking and stylish, and Malti, a countryside girl, looks simple and not even stylish. Rima and her friend look down upon Malti for her simple looks and dressing sense. But Malti proves that do not judge anyone by their outward appearance. But Rima really learned this lesson? Well, we'll learn this story and to find more about what will happen in the story. So let's start the story. Children, I am going to read and I will give you explanation accordingly. Okay? So let's start. It was the first day of school and Rima sat down for the dinner with her parents. That time, Mrs. Sen asked to her, how was the first day of school? Mrs. Sen, means Rima's mother, asked when Rima was sat down for dinner. That time Rima shrugged. Shrug means raise the shoulders slightly to indicate disinterest. She was not interested to tell anything. She said, okay, not interested. No lesson, just settling in. Mr. Sen, her father, asked, any new girl in your class? Inquired her father, Mr. Sen. She replied, only one. But she added that only one and she is funny. Grimaced Rima. Grimace. Students, grimace means made an ugly expression to show dislike. So she said she is funny, grimaced Rima, and she helped herself to the salad. Why do you see that? Asked Mr. Sen. That time she added that she can't speak much English. She has come from other state, sniffed Rima, naming one at the other end of the country. Sniffing. Sniffing means spoke without interest or respect. So she sniffed and said that she can't speak such much English. She has come from another state. But Mr. Sen quietly said to her that, oh, children from that state are supposed to be clever. They are especially good at maths. But she does not agree. She said, well, this one does not seem smart at all. And she described about Rima that oily hair, bindi and all. And particular the pronunciation, good morning teacher. Mimic Rima. Mimic means imitate or copy. So she imitated the Malti's voice and said to her father, good morning teacher. Her parents exchanged glances. Rima was their only child. They doted on her, but she could be insufferable at times. Their parents loved Rima, but whenever they heard about her reaction about the Malti, they both were unpleasant. They both were annoying. And that time Mr. Sen said to Rima that I do hope you and your friend will not make things too difficult for Malti. When they rose from their table. But Rima and her gang had decided to do just that. Next morning in the school, the minute Malti entered the class, they all chorus. They all chorus and said in the same tone, same pronunciation, "Good morning." But poor Malti, she did not realize that they were making fun of her. She beamed back at them and replied the same. "Good morning." Beam back means smile back. She smiled, give a smile, and she replied in her tone, "Good morning." But Shahnaz, Rima's friend, giggled, means laugh in silly way. And Shahnaz giggled and asked her, "Why do you put so much oil on your hair?" She asked rudely. Malti looked offended but did not reply. And one of her friend, Rima's friend, asked, "And the skirt so long?" said Clara, catly. Catly means in a mean way, very cheap way. She said to the Malti that your skirt so long. Malti flushed. She was about to say something as to return or as to reply when teacher entered. And as the class progressed, when the class started and teacher started teaching, everyone was surprised to see Malti raise her hand whenever teacher asked a question. "Yes, Malti, you answer," said teacher. And Malti answered correctly and teacher appreciated her. Whenever teacher asked any question, Malti always raised her hand and gave correct answer. So the teachers appreciate and felt happy also. When Rima recounted this at home, recounted means told. When Rima told whatever happened in the class at home to her mother and father, her mother said, "Sounds like a clever girl." So Rima did not like. She said, "What is the use?" said Rima uncharitably, means unkindly. "Her English is so atrocious." Atrocious. Students, atrocious means very poor, very bad. So Rima said in unkind way that her English is so atrocious. The same time Mr. Sen replied her, "The same may be said of your Hindi," countered Mr. Sen sharply. He was getting quite sick of Rima's attitude. Even Mrs. Sen did not like it. That night, Rima's parents discussed the matter. That we put Rima into a good school to make her smart and confident. I am afraid she is turning into quite a little snob. Children, here snob means a person who thinks that he or she is much better than other for some reason. So Rimas also have same attitude like a snob. So Mr. Sen sadly think about their daughter Rima. But here from this we come to know that Rima and her parents do not share the same attitude. We know that because Rima's parents praise Malti when Rima criticize her. They think that Rima is insufferable in her attitude towards Malti. and they hope that Rima and her friend will not make things difficult for Malti. So they were anxious about it, fear about Rima's attitude, Rima's behavior. In the following Saturday was the inter-house singing competition. Rima, who was participating in English song category because she was good in English, was surprised to see Malti's name in the list of participants for Hindi song category. That time she said to her friend Clara that Oily Plate sings also. So the Clara replied, giggled again, laughed again on her that crook, you mean? Crook means scream loudly like a frog. So crook, you mean? Giggles Clara. So they were to be flew off. Malti sang beautifully. She had a melodious and well-trained voice. Rima and her gang had decided to jeer. Jeer means made a rude remark when they decided that when Malti started to sing, that time they make voice or scream or jeer on her when Malti sang. But there was such absolute silence. They did not dare to do this. Why? Why this happened? Let's see in my next video. So student, here we stop. In my next video, we will continue this lesson. What will happen in inter-school competition, and really the Rima really learn something from this her experience or not, just we will see.